Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Annie and today we are doing my November wrap up. So I read 14 books this month, which is a lot for me, and there was a lot of good ones, and also there's a few arcs sprinkled in, so they're like you know, newer releases, so I could put you guys on because they were good arcs. And yeah, let's just get right on into it. So the first book I read was If Only You Knew by Stephanie Castro. I give this a 4 out of 5 stars, and this was one of the books that I read as an arc, and it was so cute. It was a second chance, and it had single parent trope, small town. Small town was super cute. Their love was amazing, and it was just such a cute book that I would definitely recommend for you guys. Next, another arc. I read 3 arcs in a row, you guys. This is crazy. But it was Love You More by... Almost hit me in the face. But it was Love You More by Stacey Travis. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. And I really liked this one too. It totally gave like Chestnut Springs vibes, kind of. And this is the first book in a series, so I will definitely be reading them all. This girl ends up being the nanny for this guy, and as a nanny in a romance book does, is this making sense? I don't know, but you know, as romance book fashion, they fall for each other. So it was really good though. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. The next book we have is The Flirt Alert by Kayleen Winter. This was also a book that I read as an arc, and I really liked this one. I gave it a 4.5 stars, and this one I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, mostly because it's a workplace romance. It's one of the tropes, and I don't usually love that trope. Like, usually I just get so bored of that, but it wasn't too much. It wasn't overbearing, and it was really fun, and there was like other stuff going on other than just always in the office, you know? Like, I don't know. And it was so cute. Like, I'm so happy I found this book, and it's such a cute cover too. Like, and this is significant to the book. I love it. And yeah, I don't know, it was just so good. But the writing in this book is so big too. I read it on my Kindle because obviously I read it as an arc before it came out, and so I didn't get to read the physical copy, but I would have loved to read it because the words are all big, so I feel like I was like flying through it. But yeah, this book was so good, and low-key this book was kind of insta-lovey, but somehow it like worked. Like, I do not like, just like the tropes in here, like they're not tropes I would necessarily gravitate to, but like she wrote it so well. Like, whatever she did good. So, and it was based in Seattle, which is kind of cool because I live a few hours away from Seattle, but I used to live there and I have a lot of family there, so it's like fun to have them explore there, you know? But yeah, this book was so good, and the romance was top tier, and you guys definitely need to read this one as well. The next book I read was not an arc. I read Reckless by Elsie Silver. This was my favorite in the series. I gave it a 5. It was so good. I still think about it. Yeah, it was everything you could want in a romance book. It's right here. So this one was about Theo and what's her name, Winter, and it was accidental pregnancy trope, and that's not a spoiler because look at the freaking cover. But yeah, it was an accidental pregnancy trope, but it was so good and it was done so well, and I literally was so invested in this book. Like, I couldn't put it down. Like, I just started reading, I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. Next thing I know, I'm done because it's so good. It's so good. You guys, this series, amazing. Then after that, I did My Boyfriend Picks My TBR video, and he had me read Meet Me at the Lake, which I rated a 3.75. He had me read You with a View, and I rated this one a 3.5. And then Loveless and Fancy Ships, I gave a 5 stars. You guys, this book is so underrated. Like, have you ever seen this? Maybe in Barnes, but like no one reads it, you know? But it is so good. I was not expecting that. And if you guys want to hear my full thoughts and opinions, definitely go watch that video. I'll put it up here. I think it's on this side. And yeah, it was a good one. I also do a mini like reading vlog for it as well, so you guys can go along the journey with me, and of course it's spoiler free. But the next book we have is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This was the last book in the Chestnut Spring series. Okay, just break my heart, why don't you? This one wasn't my favorite, but it was still so good. And it was, I think it was like a good book to end off the series, because it was kind of just like, you know, wrapping it up. And not that there wasn't like plot or anything in this book, like there was definitely plot, and it was really good. I gave it a 4 stars, so like obviously it's good, but like it was fun. And oh, I miss this series. You guys definitely have to read this series if you haven't already. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do without it. I've been reading it for a while and I don't want to stop. But she does have more books out there that I will definitely be getting once I'm off my book buying ban. So the next book I read was an ARC, and I'll just put it up like right here. And it was Broken Dreams by Corinne Michaels. I give this one a 5 stars. Isn't that crazy? A 5. Like, I was not expecting that. I have quite a few books by Corinne Michaels, but I had never read any of them. And then I got the opportunity to read the ARC for that book, or for this book, and it was so good. It was just so good. And I liked that there was like its own twist on the fake dating trope. Like, it wasn't just like every other book, you know? I would definitely recommend that book for you guys, because it is literally so good. And it made me want to read the first one, which I did read, but I will talk about it in order. I will show you guys when I get there. Next, I decided to pick up a dark romance, and I read There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. This was my first Sophie Lark book. This book, okay, I gave it a 4, and it was so good, but like at the same time it was kind of disturbing. Well, like obviously if you're picking up a dark romance, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be disturbing, but it was so entertaining. Like, I swear she puts like crack in her pages. Like, I just blew through. Like, it was crazy. But this book was really fun and kept me on my feet. Is that what people say? Kept me on my toes? I think that's what people say. Yeah, it did that. Whatever the saying is, that's what it did. And it was just, this book was like really entertaining. It was kind of like, but in a good way. Next, I read Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. It was good. I got a little bit bored with the setting, which I think I don't love this setting, because I think I've read 2 books with like summer camp type vibes, and I just get kind of bored with them because they don't really, they're just one place the whole time, and I don't think I like that for my books, even though like small town, but like they can go to different places, you know? I don't know. But this one, it was good. They were so cute together, and I really liked the characters. Like, I feel like they have big personalities, which I like, because I feel like a lot of times in like romance books, the characters are just like all the same, and their only personality trait is liking each other. But each of them had their own personalities, which I really enjoyed. And I really liked the friend group from Icebreaker and obviously this one. And it was so fun to read in that world again, and I'm definitely excited to continue the series. Then I decided to pick up There Is No Devil, and I give this one a 3.75 stars. This is the second book in the Sinners and Saints duology, I think it's called. I could be tripping, I don't know, but I think so, to There Are No Saints. Like, obvious, I think yes. But yeah, so this one was good. It wasn't quite as good. I feel like the first half was kind of boring, but the last half was so good. I was so entertained by it, because like the first half was kind of just like focusing on their relationship more than like, you know, drama as much. So, but it was still good, you know? So I would definitely recommend reading both of these. It was so fun to read, and I think she put crack in that book too. Like, I just flew through. So after that, I picked up Forbidden Hearts, which is the first book to Broken Dreams, which is the ARC I read. And so I had to obviously read the first one. And so I read this one, and I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was really good, not quite as good as the second one, but it was super fun, and I love the town, and Corinne Michael's writing is so good. Like, if you guys haven't read a book by her yet, you definitely need to do that. I also just can't wait to read the rest of the series. Like, I know it's not out yet, but once it comes out, like, I can't wait to read about all the siblings, especially Brinley, because I love her. And also, Corinne Michaels is becoming one of my favorite authors. Like, I'm pretty obsessed right now. Definitely my Corinne Michaels era. Next, we have The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I gave this a 4.5 stars. It was so good and so entertaining. It wasn't what I expected from it, but like, I don't know why, because everyone compares it to Knives Out, and it totally reminded me of Knives Out. But I expected it to be, I think I expected it to be kind of a fantasy, like more fantasy-esque, but it definitely was more a mystery, but it was like in the real world, you know? So I don't know. I just wasn't expecting that, but it was so good. I flew through this book, and her writing is so good. Currently, I'm reading, well, I haven't started it yet, but after this video, I'm going to read, so I will be starting it soon. And the Hawthorne Legacy, which is the second book to this. I'm very excited. But yeah, this book was so good, and it was so entertaining. And you don't really get much of the love triangle yet in this book. I think it's more the one I'm about to read, but I'm not sure because obviously I haven't read it yet. But like, you get introduced to everyone. At first it was kind of difficult because there were so many people, but you pick it up quick. Like, it's nothing to worry about. You know the main people, and then you kind of get everyone else. But it was so good, and I'm sure you've already read this because I feel like everyone's read this by this point. But if you haven't, definitely pick this one up. And the last book I read for the month, I binged yesterday because I wanted to put it in this wrap up for you guys. It is Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I gave this one a 4.5 stars, and it was so good. I was surprised. I don't know why. Like, the beginning of the book, like, I don't know how much, but I was thinking, like, I don't really feel their chemistry, but they have like really good banter. But like, I don't know. But then it got so good. They have chemistry. They are like actual soulmates. It was so good, just like the family dynamic. And I loved, okay, first of all, this cover gets distracted by the pretty cover, of course, but I loved this cover. That's not what I was gonna say. I already said that. I loved this book, and it was just so cute. I love Lauren Asher's writing. It was also really fun being back in Lake Wisteria, and which is from The Final Offer. It was really fun, and you could see, I don't know how to say it, Lana or Lane, probably Lana and Cal in the book too. They made a couple appearances, so I'm definitely excited to continue the series once more books come out, and you guys should definitely read this one. I've only heard good things about it, and I can confirm that it is very good. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment any videos you want to see me do or any books you want to see me read, and let me know if you guys have read any of these books and how you liked them, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, you guys!